you see, now we are dating, and my brothers, my parents are coming, and they are seeing me together with this pastor. And they are saying there's something that really made my family jack, because they did not like the way I have indulged myself with church. And that now comes without saying. They are seeing this is the most influential person in my life, so they were not really comfortable with it. And I remember one time my dad came, and he came to tell me that he has come to tell me that I need to go slow with church. And I looked at him and I asked him, Dad, now our relationship is even better because God has healed it. Because one of the things when I got born again, God told me to forgive my dad. And it had become so good, we became friends. He passed on, God rest his soul in peace. But we became so close. And I told him, when I used to drink, when I used to come home with a crew of boys in a car full of alcohol, drinking up to in the morning, nobody had ever given me advice. When you even heard that somebody was killed in my house, nobody, even my family, came to ask me any question, as long as I seemed like I'm doing good in life. But now you hear that I've gone to church. I'm calling people in my house, not now to drink, because I used to always to have people drinking in my house. We are drinking tea and talking about Jesus and dancing and going to church. And you think, now I'm going to get poor because of church, or I'm going the wrong way. And I asked him, Dad, can't you see there's something wrong here? There's something that is not so right here. And now, there's one day he asked me, the boy that I had taken home before, just right after college, he was a lawyer. So he told me, you are with a lawyer guy, and you have taken another lawyer. And I told him, the issue is not lawyer here. Because if it was lawyer, you didn't have an issue with the former lawyer guy. So the issue is not even the tribe here. The issue is this thing of church that you people, you don't want me to go. And but this, I told them clear, this is my path with God. It's not even if the man leaves me, this is my path with God, and this is where I focused. So he looked at it and said, oh, I think it's just people who are really feeding me with fitina. That's why it's that way. And he could tell, and I could ask him, don't you see I'm happier? Don't you see I'm healthier? Don't you see I'm lively and I'm calm? And actually my life is no longer in danger. So when my mom came, and she was coming to tell me, are you really sure that this is the man that you really want to marry? I told him, yeah, I made a decision. And you see, that time I was in my past 30s, so already I'm financially stable, so there's not really much of control, and also I'm this kind of a person, maybe I have a dominant personality. My family members, they approach me in a way of like, try to woo me, they cannot just come directly with an opposition. So I told her, yeah. And actually, when I told him of the discussion that we're having, he told me, tell her actually next Saturday we are coming home to see them. So that time we gathered few uncles. He gathered few uncles from his side and aunties, and then friends, and we went. And when we went there, I told Dad, one of the things that I told Dad, whatever we come with here, Dad, just take it. Whether we'll come with 1,000,000 shillings or whether we'll come with 10 bob or with nothing, we're just coming to say that we appreciate you for being my parents, and we honor you, and we will start planning about our marriage. So my dad was a very easy person, and we had that friendship. And he said, as you want it, that's the way it will go. So when we get to the dowry part, we get inside. I remember I was telling my mom, I will stay here and I want to look. Anyone who wants to oppose this marriage, you'll have me to deal with. So I sat in the room. And you know, in the Kikuyu negotiation of dowry, the girl doesn't have to be there. But nobody had the courage to tell me to walk out. So I'm sitting there looking, and I could see all the wazes that ameshaweka kwa mfuko. There's no one who is going to oppose what I've said. And these are same wazes I used to buy beer when I was a drunkard. So also I had a rapport with them. So I looked, all the women who were my mom's age, they didn't have an issue. They were just there because I have said, and they knew this is an agreement between me and my dad. Na dad ndiye kusema in terms of dowry. But then it reached a place, one of my aunt, Shosho, it's not my mother's, not a direct Shosho, but is an auntie to my father. She looked at me and she had a fimbo and said, you leave. I felt so bad because now I didn't have a choice. So I just left the room. And then they discussed, and they gave, together with the uncle, they gave whatever they had carried, and it was accepted. But they said that we are going to do an actual Kikuyu dowry where you slaughter sijui she goat and sijui what and all that, all those things. Those things, they did not sit well according to my faith and what I have found God. Especially, like I was saying, like taking home alcohol, and in my family we have battled a history of alcoholism. I say this is like making covenant with these things that I'm trying to run away from. And I talked to my dad and I told him, any money we bring you, don't even label it anything. Just say it's just a present from my daughter. Whether, don't label it, it's a goat or anything. And I would see how those things were going. So I was not happy about how that and the Shosho did. Now turning like he wants us to do the traditional way. Yet I had asked my dad, allow us to do it the church way, because now me, I'm coming as a church person. Just can you, as my father, allow me to do it how I'm feeling comfortable?